Hi there. Johnny Daniel, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. How are you tonight? I hope you're well. There's been a lot of sniffles going on and a lot of other stuff, not in this house, but in others. So I hope you're well. And without anything else, you can follow me, stampingwithjohnny.com. And we're going to get going because we have two projects tonight. We have a cash holder and we have a gift card pocket for last minute Christmas kind of stuff. So I'm gonna flip you around and get to going. While I'm flipping you around, one sec, there we go. Next week I will be doing some New Year's cards and a popper, so I hope that you will be able to join me. But for tonight, I'm going to ask you, first I'm going to get my computer set up and ready to go. But tonight I'm going to ask you if, for one, you're ready for craft class to start next month instead of card class. Secondly, are we set? Are we ready? I have these. These are the new mini catalog and celebration. They're available now. You can't order for them within them until January 4th. Hey Serene, how are you? So, if you don't already have your copy, contact me. Let me know. I'll be in Yucca next week on Thursday, the 30th. If you want it before that, just contact me, let me know. I will be closed Friday at noon, Saturday because it's Christmas Day, and Sunday because I normally am, right? So, but we have a whole bunch to get moving with. So, for tonight, our second project is going to be this nice cash holder. I figured, you know, with all the problems with shipping and everything else going on, might as well just get right to the end of it, right? So might as well just do cash, huh? So there's that. So we're gonna do that second. But the first one we're gonna do is this cute little gift card pocket note card holder made out of our bags. So I'm gonna get organized and talk to you about what else is going on, and we should be good. My first event in the new year besides the team gathering is going to be craft class on the 13th in Yucca, or the 15th if you are with me here in 29. So I'm just moving some things around. Give me just a moment here. Let's see here. So I'm trying to think of what else. I think that's about it. I had so many punches on the table tonight. We've got the double oval punch. We've got the detailed trio punch. We've got the deer builder punch. We've got the tree punch. And hey, look, we've got the Halloween punch, which by the way is on the clearance rack for half off. It is retiring, which is why it's bundled like this. So get it while you can. We're going to do some things with that tonight. I've got a real red stamp pad and my evening evergreen are the two that I have out. My real red rhinestones rather, a piece of ribbon for that cute note card that I have going on. And let's see, what else? Woof. One of the evening evergreen ombre gift bags. That's what we have. I'm gonna need to grab my paper trimmer from across the way. I've got a 6x6 of Peaceful Place Designer Series paper. This is, I believe, going out as well. I've got a scallop huge circle from the Layering Circles dies. This is done in Night of Navy. Is that enough? I really hope so. So this is what we're making for right at the moment. Okay? It's easier than it looks, I promise. So, before we begin, I'm going to get out what I need to for adhesive, which translation is my tear and tape, rather, and my paper trimmer. So, paper trimmer, you grab your ombre gift bag, you put your cutter way up here because you're going to be scoring. You take this and you measure 4 inches from the very tippy top, all the zigzags. So the very last section of paper, that is where you're measuring from. Okay? So I'm going to stick this way up so that way it's straight. And I'm going to go all the way to that 4-inch line. Okay? Put that down. And then we're going to score a little bit gently because this is not cardstock. This is regular kind of paper. So you don't want it to be really, really, really heavy. Okay? So there's that answer. Okay? So here's this. Are you ready for what we do? You're going to die. It's just that simple, right? That's it. No, I'm just teasing. Kind of. Honestly, it's almost that simple. All right, so now I'm going to grab my Halloween punch, and you're like, John, Halloween is over. Yes, it is. But hey, guess what? I'm still using it because we're using the top of that cat head as a semicircle. Remember I told you, look at your stuff. Make sure it goes, right? So here's my semicircle, half circle, whatever you want to call it, for my notch of my gift card thing. Okay? So there's that. After you put all your bands on it and everything else, you're not even going to see that seam. Don't even worry about it. Okay? So now what we're going to do, are you ready? It is just this simple. It really, really, really is this simple. And the reason I am saying this over and over simple, because you need simple right now, because I bet you have a pile of stuff that you need to wrap. Or better yet, your stuff hasn't come in yet and you're like, what gift card or what cash am I going to get instead? And then probably return God knows what, you know? It's just how it's going this year, right? So here's what we do. We peel. We peel. Okay? Ready? It's just this stinking simple. Except, did I fold this straight? That might be my biggest problem. Yeah, I pretty much did. Cool. Ready? Pocket, pocket. Just that simple. Some days this is what you need, right? So, there's your pocket, okay? Are you ready for all this? Gosh, I hope so. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I'm back at my paper trimmer. Okay, and we need a belly band, right? I already got my piece, yeah? So the belly band, you're gonna figure out what side you wanna do. I think I'm gonna do this side. And these are gonna measure 2 inches by 6, and then we're gonna glue them together because I have a 6 by 6 piece. It's just that simple. So these are gonna go 2, and this is gonna go 2. Do I have enough room to get my deer and stuff? I don't know. If I don't, guess what I'm gonna do? Cut more trees, and it will be okay. I am gonna go this side though, so I can get my trees. There's one tree. Yeah. It just really, it's a simple project, and I did this on purpose for you guys because I figured you'd be crazy running and doing, and you needed something that you could just easily, quick, easy do. Yeah? This is like one of my first years that I've actually had everything kind of in place, ready to go. It's amazing what happens when you start prepping for Christmas in January. That is the only reason I feel halfway relaxed about things. Halfway. So I did 3 trees instead of the deer. Okay? It's just how it is, and it's okay. We can change things up. It'll be okay. Won't it? Yes, it will. So, all right, so now I'm going to glue these together, and that's going to go around my whole piece. So I'm going to grab here, and I'm going to put here, and I'm going to do one more because I want it to stay put and not swivel on me. So there we go. Okay. And okay. Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to grab here and we're going to go right to the end of that. Or you can match up the pattern either way. But there we go. Are we ready? It's just that simple. It really, really is. So, okay. Are we set? Are we ready? Okay. So now I'm going to do this and I'm going to dry fit. So what I'm doing here is I am folding around this. And I am folding around this. You're going to have a seam on both sides. It really doesn't matter which seam goes where. So there's that. I'm going to grab my Stampin' Seal and I'm going to run the whole length of this. Now, if you wanted to just do the middle portion, you can do that and then come back and do the sides later. But remember, this is quick, right? This is easy. So now I'm going to find my score, and I want to cover that seam up because I didn't like it, right? Of the bottom of the bag. So here we go. Ready? Squish it down. Squish it over. If the score line doesn't completely line up, guess what? Fold it different. It's okay. Trees have wrinkles, right? And fold it over. Ooh, that's not quite straight, but there we go. Ready? That's gonna go like that. So we're gonna put our glue right here in the middle. And that's gonna go here. Yes, I know I just covered up my notch, but hey, guess what? When you pull like that, it's still gonna show. So it'll be fine, I promise. And then we're gonna grab here. Maybe. My glue dots must be cold. We're gonna grab here, and I'm gonna put one guy here. And I'm gonna figure, oh, those trees are upside down. I can't use that one. Let's see if I can use that one as the center. Okay. So now we're gonna put on the back side the glue dots. And that's gonna go here. And this one I'm gonna have facing up with the tree. So I need to make sure to do the opposite side. Actually, let's grab my dimensionals. I'm on the border here. So what I'm gonna do is cut along my border. Gotta use all of it. We can't, you know, can't waste it, right? So there we go. And this is gonna go right in the middle. Just that simple. Okay? What do you think so far? Good? I hope so. All right, so now I am gonna grab a piece of red instead of a piece of green. And, or should we do blue? Now we're gonna do red. We'll stamp with blue. And I'm gonna grab a piece of white. Okay. And then my red and my white are going to be, my red is going to be 4 1/4 by 3 3/4. So if you go down here, 4 1/4 is exactly half. Gotta make some room here. 4 1/4 is exactly half of a sheet. And 3 3/4, well, we'll be able to make mats out of it. We'll just say that, huh? So there's that. And then my white piece is going to be 4, should go this way so it won't waste as much, 4 by 3 1/2. Okay, that's going to be our note card part, or our inside. So now we got to tie in that blue a little bit because there's nothing else that's blue in there, right? So we're going to glue these together. That's got a little bit of glue on the side of it, but it'll be okay. I'm going to glue those together after we stamp. And I think what I'm going to do is do a treat yourself. Just as a quick little, well, where'd it go? Here we go. So we're going to go treat yourself. And that's going to be stamped in Night of Navy. So it's going to tie into that blue. And if I really wanted to tie in, I probably could even afford to do a little bit of gray ribbon, but I already have red cut. So that's what's going to happen with that. So there's my treat yourself. Clean as you go. I always say that and then I never do it while I'm on camera. So if you're on with me, please say hello. What you had for dinner. If you're cold. Whatever else you want to talk about. So there's my treat yourself. Okay, so that'll tie in with that blue circle. You always want to tie in, right? So now what we're going to do is grab our ribbon and tie a quick bow. So we're going to bunny ear it, loop around, push through, hopefully, if it'll go. This is the double stitched satin real red ribbon that we have. I believe it's 3/8 of an inch. So we're just gonna finish this. I always pull tighter on one of the ends. I don't know if you do that too. My left bow, whatever you want to call it, is always a little bit bigger. I always tend to pull a little harder on my left side for some reason. Hey Cheryl, how are you? Hey Kath. Sun made us fully on. Ah, I'm coming to your house. So, All right, so we're gonna glue this on here. And if I haven't said it, Merry Christmas, you guys. I don't know if it feels like it. This year's been a tough year, just like last year, but different. So, health issues, mechanical issues, just life and things. But hey, at least we're moving and doing. So, yeah. So the reason you put a bow on here, if you're wondering, is you want to, and my bow is not covering my glue dot. You want it so when you tuck this down in here, it doesn't go too far down in your pocket. Okay? So when you do this, that bow keeps it from going all the way down. Kind of cool, right? So there's my little treat yourself. Okay? And then your gift card's gonna go in this front pocket. So that's the first one. What do you guys think? Good? I hope so. Okay. So the second one is this cash holder. And I'm going to do it in a birthday elegant theme instead of Christmas. Because I don't know about you, but if I don't have it together by now, I'm pretty much like floating in the wind and saying forget it. For those of you that are last minute and still doing things and have more patience than me, then you can do it in the Christmas. Excuse me. So, for the next one, are we all set and ready to move to the next one? I'm almost there. Almost. So, for this next one, instead of the painted Christmas paper, I have the Simply Elegant paper that's been around for a minute. So there's that. So we're going to use that. And I've still got the white. I've still got the Evening Evergreen. We'll see if we use that. I'm going to use the majority as being the basic gray. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know. So there's that. But like I said, this cash holder is what we're making. Make sure to not send it in the mail though. For the amount of people that are lifting mail now, they'll have a nice surprise if you give them cash. Huh. So, yeah. All right. So let me move these two punches out of the way. Okay. So now I am grabbing my paper trimmer and my basic gray 8.5 by 11 cardstock. Are we ready? I gotta pull my arm out on my cutter. I forgot. Sorry, guys. All right, so make room, make room. It's amazing with that little arm how much more room it takes. So with this one, you want the cardstock to be 8 by 6 3/4. 8, so we're gonna cut off a 1/2 inch here because it's 8.5, right? So we're gonna cut off a 1/2 inch. That's gonna go in the pile. And then 6 3/4. 6 3/4. So far, so good? Okay. So this basic gray is going to become my extras for belly bands, punches, whatever else needs to happen. Okay. So on the 8-inch side, that's this side, we're going to score at, so we're going to put the cutter side up, right? We're going to score at 2.5 and at 5.5. Now it's important, don't turn it. Translation, when you're doing this and you got to do 2.5 and then 5.5, scoot it in the same direction, don't turn it around. Okay, so it's 2.5 and 5.5, and I'm going to set this to the side for 1/2 second, and I'm going to grab my detailed trio punch, and I'm going to round these bottom two corners only. It doesn't really matter which two corners you pick. They need to be on the same side. But it's all good in the sense that these two are the same size. So you can punch them here or punch them there and then just turn it around. It's not a problem at all. Okay. So there we go on that. Okay. So we're going to round the edges. Now we're going to put that to the side and we're going to grab our designer series paper. This is the Simply Elegant designer series paper like I was talking about. And now these are some goofy measurements. Why are they goofy? Because I think they were done in centimeters originally, and that's why. So the designer series paper, you're going to cut to 6 11/16 by 2 7/16. So what's a 16th? Do we know? So if this is half and this is a quarter and that's an eighth, a 16th is one of those little tick lines. Okay? And I have to remind myself this as well. So it's not just you. So 6 11/16. So half would be 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's just before 3/4. The tick mark before 3/4 is 11/16. Good? I hope so. All right. So we're going to do that. So there's 6 11/16. Yes, really. And then we're going to go and flip. And we're going to go 2 7/16. So half would be 8. So we're going to go -1. So 7 would be a tick mark under the half. We can't do this easy. Now, come on. So there we go on that. Okay. Now I'm going to find what I'm going to call my base for my holder. The thing that I rounded the corners on. Remember? Okay. Got it. So now I'm going to do this, and I'm going to round the corners on the bottom. So that way everything fits correctly. At least I hope so. If I did this right. I'm telling you, this 11/16 and 17/16 and all, or 7/16, whatever it was, tend to mess me up. So there's that. Okay. And it fits just barely on there. Okay. There's hardly any mat. So when you're doing this, if you have problems with the seal, in the sense of if it normally goes down crooked and you have to pull it up, either pull it up or use your multi-purpose glue and have a little bit of wiggle room. Okay? So, are we set? Round the corners and attach. And if you wanted to use the other side, you can do that, but I got to pick a side, right? So, here we are. So now I'm actually going to turn this way because for me, it's easier to match up the two corners than it is to match up the side for some reason. Not bad at all. Yay! Okay, so now we're going to do that, and I'm going to grab my Halloween punch. Okay, I'm like, where did it go? And we're going to do another semicircle. Can we handle that? I hope so. So if you want to match up, there's a half a circle on both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this third circle is the exact middle if you want to be like that. And tonight, I guess I'm going to measure a little bit. I know. The world has tipped upside down, right? So there's your notch. So far, so good. We're going to fold this up. And then you're going to fold this down. And that's your pocket. But we're not done yet, right? Of course. So I'm going to grab my tear and tape. And I'm going to find the end of this. And we're just going to put tear and tape here. hopefully straight-ish. If you don't have enough tear and tape, you want to make sure to go towards the top. Towards the bottom, it's not going to matter as much. It can bulge out a tiny bit. But towards the top, you definitely don't want to have that gap because then it'll catch and then it won't work right and it'll fall apart and you don't want that, right? So there's that. And we're gonna grab here. Ooh, that didn't stick. We're gonna mush that down some more. There we go. That separated that time. Yay! So we're gonna just glue those corners up, or the sides rather. And that should be cash size. So there's that. We are going to, are you ready for all this? Are you? Okay. We're going to punch these other corners here. And you know, when I was measuring all those 7/16 and all that nonsense, I should have done a second one, huh? Because guess what? I got to do a second one. Whew. Okay. So I'm bringing back my... Yep, it's just that simple, and it's okay. So, all right, so are we ready to count 11/16 and all that kind of stuff again? So, I believe this is the one I used. Maybe not. One of these is right there. So there's my 6 and 11/16, and here's my 2 and 7/16. Should have done it all at the same time, but hey, it is what it is. And that should go right there perfect, except we gotta obviously round the corners, but then we're done. Yay! Okay. Yes, I do have more trimming to do. I'll have to get that back, but in the meantime though, I can at least get these corners rounded. Did that go right? Yes, it did. Maybe look for a second because the pattern was a little goofy and I thought I had notched it incorrectly, but here we are. Okay, so if you do not want the pattern to be the same and the same, you can always flip over, which I think I'm gonna do. So there's that. Put some Stampin' Seal on here. Okay, corner to corner, hopefully match, and do straight enough. This one's not very forgiving. Hey, but I hit it pretty good, didn't I? So, there we go. Okay. So, how are we doing so far? Are you following? Okay, so now we're going to do that belly band that's going to hold that shut for us. So the belly band is going to be 7 inches by 2. Are you ready for all that? 7 inches by 2. So let's see if we have 7 inches here. Not that way. What's that other side look like? 7 inches. Just 1/8 of an inch off. 7 inches by 2. Okay, so that's our belly band. Are y'all set? And then, that should have been the gray. I knew something was off. Where's my gray? Ay, ay, ay. Some days I'm like, no, that doesn't look right. Because it's not. 7 by 2. Let's let's do that again, huh? Okay, 7 by 2, and then my designer series paper, are y'all set, is 7 by 1 13/16. Are you ready for that? 1 and 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 1 notch after the 3/4. That'll make your head hurt, huh? Whew. Okay. So hopefully we'll be all set and ready to go. The other stuff we have left is to stamp and to get everything set and ready to go. So there's that. If you do pick different designer series paper, meaning flip it over, the top one you'll probably want to be coordinating the bottom instead, so that way you don't have more of the same and the same. Okay? I hope that helps you. I don't know if that makes sense or not. So we're going to stick this on the bottom here. And I'm just going to fold around. You want it tight, but not, you want it snug, but not so tight that you cannot pull it off, okay? So there's a sweet spot to it when you do belly bands, that it doesn't fall off and it doesn't get so tight that you can't do anything with it. But once you do a couple, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're gonna fold this down. We're gonna fold this up, and we're gonna leave just a pinch of space. Okay. Yay! And then we're gonna stick this around here. And I'm just doing this to get the score lines right now. And to kind of line it up. So we're gonna line up here, line up there. And I'm just gonna use the tear and tape. You can use Stampin' Seal, you can use glue dots, anything strong enough to stand up to this. Now I'm gonna do one more, but I'm gonna make it really super close, so that way I don't end up with stickies across my page. So there's my one. Here's my second one. Okay. Now I want to remind you, with the new catalog, it doesn't start till January 4th, and remember to look in your celebration as well. Okay, so there's my belly band. If you want to, you can also glue this to the paper, but it's up to you on what you want to do. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my double. Okay, and I'm going to do, this is my double oval punch. Let's see if I got enough width-wise, just barely. Yay! So we get a whole bunch out of that if we wanted to, huh? So there's that. That's going to go across my seam there. So let's do that real quick. And that's going to go right there. God, that looks like eyes, nose, mouth almost, doesn't it? All right, so, and I said I was going to do birthday or something like that. So how about Happy New Year's? Anybody for Happy New Year's? How about Happy New Year's? So with that, I'm going to grab a block and we're going to lay down and line up Happy. And then New Year's has got to be here somewhere. Happy New Year's. Make sure the stickers are up. Why do I say that? Because in the past, what's happened? I gotta make sure this stays. Ooh, that's gonna be tight. Let's stamp those separately. Gotta check first. Easy way to check if something fits, put it on there. Yeah, just that simple, right? So what I'm gonna do is actually punch this out first. Okay, make sure you're gonna use the smooth one, not the scallop. Okay, and I think I'm gonna use the gray, basic gray, and do Happy New Year's. Hopefully I got enough room for it all. We'll find out real quick, won't we? So here's happy. Might be missing a little bit of that H. Yeah, it's okay though. So there's my happy. I found my happy. So, and then I'm gonna do New Year's down here. So there's that. No, I didn't hit it perfect, but it's handmade, right? That's all there is to it some days, huh? So we're gonna do Happy New Year's, and I'm gonna grab some gold dots to make it all come together. Where's my snips? Make sure to use all of that, right? Don't forget to use your borders as well. So here's my New Year's. So there's that. And then I'm going to look in here. I know I have gold that'll tie in my, yep, they're right on top here. Awesome. These are from the metallic pearls. They come in gold and silver. Obviously, I'm going to do gold. But this will tie in all my gold and my silver and my bits and pieces, right? That's another reason you want your belly band big enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I gotta do at least one more. You want your belly band big enough so it'll slide on and off still without disrupting those jewels. So there is my cash holder for New Year's. And let's see. Okay. Yay! So there's my Christmas, there's my New Year's. What do you think? Which one do you like better? I like both of them. I'm ready for both holidays. And then let's see, how can I do this so everything fits? There's my Christmas one, and there's my more all occasion one. So those are the projects for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. Look on tomorrow's blog and I will have a full tutorial for you on everything that happened tonight. So thanks again. Follow me, stampingwithjohnny.com, and have a great evening. Thanks again. Bye-bye.